Hello and welcome to Terrace Talk. And we've got a stranger, or it seems like a stranger.
I'm back. I am alive.
Just like the school teachers who've been having a summer holiday, or Cliff Richards here.
Yeah. No, I haven't been on holiday, not yet. So, working hard. So, good to be back. Like the season.
Your summer holiday was a trip up to Newcastle at the weekend,
It
wasn't it?
was, yeah. Got all kitted out for bad weather, and it didn't. Well, it rained a couple of times, but it was a beautiful day.
Nowhere near what the weather forecast was. Yeah, thundery showers, and
exactly. Yeah, that's why I was maffed in wearing my coat, which I had to drag around everywhere I went. So,
I actually because I was like, right, it says thundery showers. Do I go for the big coat, which I did the week before because it was cold? Or do I go for the thinner coat? And I was like, do you know what? I'll go for the thinner coat. And I'm glad I did that. One thing which I will also say, which I probably didn't help with the heat, was, well, I'll actually show you. Where is it? These things.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in the Gallagher, I still felt the heat off them.
Wow, they must be. Yeah, I didn't feel them where we were. So, but yeah,
I think maybe the wind was blowing down towards the Gallagher end, but I'm like,
yeah.
Well, we'll go with that as a quick one there. What did you think of them? Did that help? Yeah, did you?
Yeah, it's just a little thing, isn't it? Yeah, it gets it all going. Not that it took a lot to get our lot going, but yeah, it's nice. You know, it's just a little thing, just to for the neutral to watch and think, ooh, so they spent a bit of money, but yeah, it looked all right. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be cracking for those in the East Stand come the winter time because they're going to be absolutely it's just going to be there with the hands,
like that. Yeah. No, it's nice. It's nice little thing to do. But
it does. But most clubs are doing it, and you're like, yeah, why not? Yeah, it just brings that little something to it. And I actually thought it set off the display by War Flags.
Yeah, because you kind of eyes are going to it. Yeah. War Flags again, absolutely brilliant as usual. Just makes it look fantastic on TV. All my mates who
exactly,
and
it took a while for us to realise what it was, but it was the original Newcastle United logo.
Yeah.
Then obviously the 892, and then obviously the current one.
Yeah.
And also now I'm gonna, because where I am in the Gallagher, we'll start on the safe standing. That is such a good eye. That's probably been the best idea that the club's made, because the atmosphere coming from there, was just cracking. Yeah, it was. To be fair, the atmosphere. Someone to me said, "Oh, the atmosphere was poor on Saturday." I'm going, wasn't.
No, not where our site wasn't, because we had the Villa fans above us, so we were trying to out-sing them, which wasn't hard to do.
Yeah, and in the
after
Gallagher,
25 minutes.
Exactly, and in the Gallagher were out. Yeah, it was loud, and that we were getting up there. Probably more so when we went a little like more up, and that we were doing that. Obviously, the Amarillo tune is this the way to Barcelona?
Barcelona,
that had quite a few rings out, which we're doing. Obviously, the Sandro Tonali, the Anthony Gordon, and that. Yeah, we're all getting it. My voice had went a little bit towards the end of the game because I was singing them all. And then obviously when the fifth went in, everyone just going, "We are top of the league. We are top of the league."
Sing, "We are top of the league." Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. My voice had gone at half time shouting at the referee, but I'm sure we'll come to that.
I'd done that, and I think it was, I shouted it before we'd even scored. And I went, "But that's not took long."
Yeah, he was.
Welcome
poor.
back.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there was a guy in front of me that was cursing quite a lot of the officials, so I just started going what he said.
Yeah.
Saves me doing more of the shouting and that, and but honestly, it was like great to be back. Yeah, when you're seeing like the full, the stadium full and everything like that, and you're just like, right, you say I'm home.
Yeah, these are the days that we've just pined for the last 2.5 months, haven't we? Really, it's just, and what a brilliant way to for them to kick us off. It was fantastic, absolutely, start to finish. The whole day was fantastic.
Exactly. Like I said, if we're going with the first goal, obviously it was a great pass in by Gordon, and it was the aggression and probably the determination of Tonali to get in there, and just stick the foot out.
Absolutely, nobody picking him up. Not a single person knew he was there. So, but Gordon did. That's all that mattered. He saw him.
We'll come on to not picking up next. But this is from a player who doesn't want to be here.
Yes, apparently, he did a really good job of not being, not wanting to be there, because Jesus, he was just one of like many that could. His passing is scintillating. Absolutely scintillating.
Sky given man of the match, and I was sat there and then standing going, I haven't got a clue who I'd give man of the match to. Yeah, it was like that before it was by everyone. You're going, Isak could have got it. Bond, even for the 22 minutes, could have got it. Yeah, goal and assist. Yeah, Gordon could have been in with a shout.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who you can choose.
Yeah, it was really tough. I mean,
Jason Tyndall for actually staying.
Yeah, that was something weird as well, wasn't it? So, you know,
it was nice watching because it was like as soon as Eddie went back, Tyndall went forward. It was like a nice sort of like rotation.
Yeah, it was
on there. I did see it once. I'm going, oh, Maddo, just shift back a bit.
Yeah, it was really weird seeing it, but Arteta and his team didn't bother doing it. So,
well, no, but if we stick to it, yeah, we'll abide by the rules. Eddie Howe does that, and to be fair, it's probably it's worked well. It's probably like Eddie will go where he needs to, but then when Tyndall's there, which I think is probably like the set pieces thing, he'll go up there and do his bit, and it's like it worked well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think we all thought, "Oh, here comes again," when Villa equalised, and obviously you mentioned no one picking up Tonali, no one picked up Diaby.
Yeah.
Where I am, obviously in the Gallagher, I had a perfect view, and I'm just going, same on Newcastle, opening, just too open, and we've let him just waltz in. In that sense, if you'd had someone marking him, he wouldn't have scored. But I will say he was causing us a threat. Which is why as soon as he went off, you're going, Unai's given up.
Yeah. I mean, it was a brilliantly worked goal. It really was. Yeah. And at that point, I said to the bloke next to me, I said, this is just like being back in the old days. This could be 5-3, this, as a joke.
Oh, but
and because it was just all go. They were all go, and then we were all go, and they were all go for a good 20 minutes.
The first 20, 25 minutes, you're sitting there going, this is what the Premier League is about. If you're watching this as a neutral, you're sitting there going, what a cracker.
And it was literally like watching a Keegan team, and I haven't seen a game that good in 20 years, really. And that beats the Tottenham game as well. Because we were just, everything just went right. It was a privilege to be there. It really was. I mean, we looked a bit slow sometimes at the back, but wow.
Obviously, a well-worked free kick set piece routine, for the goal, which was checked for. I think it was checked for three things. It was Botman offside?
Yeah.
Yes, but he wasn't interfering. Was Burn offside? No. And was Matty Cash stopped from going in, and they made the judgment that Botman was offside, but he didn't make an action to stop Cash from getting there. And obviously that. But I was thinking, I thought Botman made the pass, not Dan Burn. So I'm like, I'm going to have to watch that back. But the Botman up in, it was one way or another. But a lovely work and a lovely finish. Probably should have been 3-1 up and playing against 10 men.
Yeah.
Because this is something which is probably come to my mind after watching Ref Watch with Dermot Gallagher, who always does his best to side with the refs. If the keeper had been in net and the defender had took him down like that, the defender would have been classed as the last man.
Yeah, I thought it must have been that he wasn't. So even if that had been a defender, he wouldn't. There was people going on the line. Is how I understood it.
No, at the point, if you look at the point of where it happened, there was only one defender behind the goalkeeper.
Right.
So for me,
therefore, that's why he didn't go off, because he wasn't the last man. So,
but he is, because it's if a defender does that and the keeper's on his goal line, the defender's classed as the last man.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where if that had been a professional footballer watching that, what Martinez is trying to do is he's trying to guide Miggy away, which is why Miggy isn't going in. But when he realizes that Miggy's going to get him or get through him, that's when he
He
brings him
takes the
down.
professional foul and he's thinking, this is going to be a yellow. I'll take it down.
Exactly. Professional foul play, you could say it is, but I guess well, obviously they didn't. But that's what I think would happen because he was right in front of us.
Well, the fact is, the laws of the game, they'll say it's a yellow. For me, you've got to take into account. So as a referee, you've got to look and go, right, okay, if Martinez didn't catch him, has he got the ability, the pace and the ability to get a shot off a goal? Yes, because he's got the pace and the defenders can't handle it. So for me...
Exactly. Well, you don't know what's going to happen next, do you? I mean, that's the point.
But for me, I would have still classed that as a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity.
Exactly. So I just said,
because yeah, even if it's not you, you might have other players coming in, running in without the keeper there.
Exactly.
So it is a goal-scoring opportunity. But yeah, we didn't need him. Yeah, it's fine.
Yes, yeah, I mean, like you said, keeping Martinez on, it probably kept him decent. It probably kept a decent score for him because he must have saved at least 3. That's just off the top of my head without watching it back. I haven't had a chance to watch it back yet. It could have easily been about 8.
Yeah.
So there was one with Wilson, wasn't there, where Barnes passed to... I know, jumping ahead, but
that was the second half. But yeah, no. Well,
if he goes off,
that was even before they'd scored the equaliser. Tonali, was in with a chance, and that went on. So we did have chances, and you look at that going, "Oh, it could be that. Oh, it could be that. Oh, it could be this."
Yeah. And then you got the same situation we were in last October, where he had to go off because he got concussion, and we just went on and ran right through, which we were doing anyway. So, in the end, all it's done is change our goal difference. Fortunately for the referee, so. And Mings going off was a big turning point for them. I think that. Really
I think at first, obviously, you would have had like the fans just doing the normal window, just time wasting. But I think it was then soon, like not long after, people realized, oh, okay, this is serious.
Yeah, like I said to you before,
it sort of like went quiet, and then I know I did, and most of the Gallagher did. We stood up and applauded when he.
Yeah, we did. He was right in front of us. So as I was saying to you before we came on, it was actually Trippier who actually told their physios to come on because his other teammates just sort of standing looking at him. So we're thinking, oh, he's just time wasting. So he's getting a bit of abuse. But when they came on, and then the stretch comes on, you're thinking, and he's still down. You're thinking, no. And then Trippier was sort of like talking to the ref and talking to our players. Thought, oh, hang on, and then obviously got taken up. And we all stood. I don't think there was anyone who didn't get up. So it was. And obviously now we know it is going to be bad for him. It looks like he's going to be out for a long time. So probably miss any chance of him going to the Euros is probably gone. So
no, but we'll wish him a speedy recovery. And he did a lovely tweet, thanking the Newcastle fans, and that was nice. And then it's nice to show that we are that. And I know I've been watching quite a few of the vlogs from the Villa fans, and every single one of them have said how nice we are as a fan, and we're warm and welcoming, which is why we're the only club in the Premier League that doesn't have a designated away pub, because it's like, you just come in, it's fine.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Sunderland fan,
Unless you're a Sunderland fan, of course.
But no, it was like that. And funny enough, it's the second time we played Aston Villa at home where there's been a long stoppage due to.
Yeah, it was almost identical apart from them scoring, really. And Martinez, not going off, which he should have done again. But yeah, it was. The second half was I just thought we can't keep this up, can we? And that's the best thing about having Barnes and Wilson to come on.
But this is the benefit of an Eddie Howe team. Eddie Howe, what was it? Intensity is our identity, and that showed because we ran Villa off the ball. And I think when Miami was like, I'm going to have to make substitutions just to try and keep this. I think he was thinking,
stem the tide,
down. Yeah. Because like I said, it could have been so much more, and I think Isak could have been, just get on his third goal when when Conte lost it and he just dinked that over.
Oh,
everyone just
even from where I was.
I would say that's just a filthy finish, but well done.
Even from where I was, you could just see him dinking. We were just like, brilliant.
But he could have been on a hat trick.
Yeah.
When you look at that, there's so many chances. Then obviously he looked knackered though. After that, you could see that. When he went off, obviously I think Gordon had ran himself. The other thing which I'm just pointing out with Gordon is Gordon tracks back loads.
Yeah,
he's up there. He's helping. He doesn't mind putting a challenge in there, which you like to see. You like, get in, go on.
Yeah, It was a brilliant idea putting him straight in because obviously he had such a good under-21 tournament. You can just see why he did it. He looks on fire. It was his best game by a long, and Harvey Barnes was been thinking, oh crap, and then he comes on and just, oh my God, every time he went forward, they didn't have a clue, did they? They just like, oh God, someone stop him, because he was just, oh.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, you're then bringing on Harvey Barnes, and you're like, my God. And I said this after watching him in the friendly. I went, look, we've got a player on my hands there. He's phenomenal. Yeah. And then you come on and you see him and you go, wow.
Yeah.
And we've got two players like that because we've got Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes. To say, if you take one off, you put another one on. I still think there's probably going to be at some point in the season where I think Anthony Gordon will move to the right.
Yeah.
Harvey Barnes will play on the left and Isak will be in the middle. And
yeah,
for me, that's going to be even more frightening.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that's the options now, isn't it? That's the options. I mean, if we take as well the usual man of the match things, Miggy and Joe Linton will run through walls for that team. The amount of effort they put in. I mean, not man of the match performances, don't get me wrong, but the effort they both give that team is amazing. Yeah. It really is. I mean, Joe Linton's just, I mean, happy birthday to him. It was just the energy that they are the embodiment of the energy that Eddie wants, the intensity that he wants.
He does like the graft, the hard work, the tackling and stuff like that. Bruno, I thought he started slow, but he got better as the game went on.
Yeah.
And again, I loved it. I think we got a corner from it, and he's there at the Gallagher, the arms up, like, come on, and everyone's like, hey, come on.
Yeah.
You can tell the passion in that. I'm sure there's also, I think there's a picture going around of his face, like he's like celebrating so much in that, and he just say, yeah, that's Miggy. Well, that's although Miggy also on the van cams, when you hear him going, yeah, you're like,
yeah,
you know which one's Miggy, the little
yeah, absolutely love Miggy. What he just, the effort he gives is just amazing.
Then, when you look at the fact, what was the subs that we made? It was Wilson, Barnes, Murphy, Longstaff, Elliott.
Yeah.
So, and then you look and you go, so Matt Target's still on the bench, Lascelles still on the bench.
Yeah.
Livramento still on the bench. Willock not even in the squad. Lewis Miley not even in the squad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it. Emil Kraft not in the squad.
Yeah.
The squad.
I mean, they all contributed as well, didn't they?
Yeah. Sean Longstaff came on and did what he does best. Jacob Murphy obviously got the assist for the fifth.
Yeah. I mean, it was perfect. The whole thing was perfect. Apart
going
from
back to
goal.
Harvey Barnes, I actually, for the fourth goal, he did well, and he passed to Callum Wilson. He put the ball in the back of the net, and it's like that wouldn't have happened under Maxi. Maxi would have shot.
Yeah.
I just thought for the other chance that Callum Wilson got, I thought Barnes probably could have got the shot off.
Yeah, and that's why for his one, he thought, I'm not passing it to you again. I'm having a go myself, which is quite understandable. I mean, it was another great save. So,
but to be fair, I don't think Wilson was caught up at that point. But
no, it wasn't quite as but he still could have passed to him. But he thought, no, I'm having this, and quite right as well.
It's the hunger. Obviously, there's a clip that's going around with Callum Wilson where he's talking to Zane. He's on about the added time and that, and he says, well, look, if you're getting 50 minutes at the end of the game, even if you come on at the 60 minutes, you're getting 45 minutes. And he's accepting that he's going to come off the bench. And I think he probably knows that, obviously, because of his fitness and his injury history. It's probably the best way to manage him.
Yeah.
But Christ, what a player to be able to bring off the bench.
I know.
We'll rest Isak. We'll bring on Callum Wilson. Yeah, the goal threat. So,
and honestly, again, he scores. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. Really, you couldn't. All the new guys played really well, apart from Livramento didn't get on. I mean, it was just amazing. The whole day was just fantastic. So
yeah, and it was Nick Pope Day, so
it was Nick Pope Day, so he didn't have much to do, did he? Really,
well, he picked the ball out of the net once, but other than that,
I don't really remember him doing very much. So
no, it was probably an easier performance as you can get again. Chips doing Chips things. I love the picture. I think there's at one point where I think the substitution's happening and Chips just sits down on the
the one that
advertising takes a drink.
See what I mean? What a brilliant day it was. It was brilliant. Everything about it was fantastic. Little pictures like that, and
what I also loved as well for the march round which they did, Eddie Howe and his coaching staff were like round as one, and then the players were marching in there, and I just thought that was a nice little touch there.
Yeah.
Obviously Graham Jones being Graham Jones, yeah, get in, yeah, because obviously he's the Geordie lad. But honestly, do you know what? And this is the thing, we're saying, look, we're going to the Etihad, top of the table. Yeah, it's going to be top of the table versus Man City for once, not the other way around.
Yeah, I mean,
Question for you: do you actually fear going there now?
Yeah, I mean, of course I do. I mean, they're arguably the best team. Well, they're probably the best team in the world. Certainly the best team in Europe, and they're certainly the best team in England. So of course you would, yeah. I mean, but I'm more optimistic than I normally would be, because if they have an off day, we're going to end up. Look what we did to them last year. Didn't do it. I mean, not their place, but
the benefit which I am going to say, I think De Bruyne is injured.
Yeah.
So that's a big one for us, because De Bruyne seems to like us.
Yeah.
We just need to hope that Erling Haaland picks up a nickel over in Athens.
You read my mind. The fact is, that, I mean, did he have like the fewest touches ever in a Premier League first half on against Burnley, and he scored 2 goals? I mean,
yeah,
you can't say any more about him than that, can you?
And
really?
He upset Pep.
And he upset Pep, yeah, and Pep got upset because the camera was too close. I mean, we can go there.
I understand.
We can go there and dream, can't we? Now,
yeah,
that's
I can
the thing. We can go there.
Pep's reaction though, because similar to probably what Eddie Howe was saying. I didn't want the cameras in, for that one, but it's just amazing. And obviously the one that we just put on there was a tremendous Tonali. How on it? Yeah, I don't think anyone expected that level of performance from him, because to be honest, I wasn't expecting him to start. I thought, Eddie Howe's going to do his usual trick. He's going to ease him in. He's going to like put him on the bench as he did with Bruno, but no, he was like.
I mean, I suppose the thing is, he,
do you think when we got Bruno, he came from well?
Sorry,
do you think he told Tonali not to play as well during the summer series, just to give? Because he's played an absolute blinder against Villa away. He's like, I'm going to play a false formation, but I'm going to see how yous play. And he knew fine well that they were playing with the high line. So he went, right, this is how we're going to play again. Eddie Howe is a smart man. He knew that's why he's done that. He was like, well, I'm playing you in 3 weeks' time. I'm not going to show you what we've got up our sleeve, but you've just shown me what you've got up your sleeve, and I so thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I mean, it worked.
I mean, the thing is with Tonali, I guess because he played for, I mean, where obviously Bruno came from Lyon, didn't he? So whereas Tonali playing at AC Milan, they're not slouches, and it's not Ligue 1, Serie A. So he's obviously a good, smart player. So I think Eddie probably knew that. So I think maybe he was always going to come in. So. Or just because of that, I mean, because AC Milan are a top team. So
exactly. Do you know what people are saying? Look, we've got him for 55 million.
Yeah.
Is Caicedo worth double Tonali?
Yeah. Time will tell. Time will tell. Simple as that. I mean, you could say they could be the best player in the world.
But look, let Chelsea just spend whatever they want on the 8-year contracts and that. We'll do things right. We'll do it the smart way, which is do it, because we've said, look, we're going to do it how we're going to do it. We're going to keep in FFP. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to just integrate. And we might be going, we need loads of these players, but I'm looking at them and going, actually, do it.
Yeah.
Because, Jacob Murphy came on and, did really well. Longstaff came on, did well. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got strength and depth now. Probably more so than I expected. Next, it was actually the 2 games that we played in the Celtic Cup against Fiorentina and Villarreal. And I'm looking at both those and I'm going, okay, right. This has actually surprised me. This has shown us that we have a lot more strength and depth that I think a lot of us actually thought.
Yeah.
And like I said, you've still got like the young Lewis Miley who could come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex Murphy, who's played at left back and the right centre back role.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him get involved at some point, because
I think they'll probably play cup games, won't they? I don't see them being anywhere near as involved as Elliot Anderson will be. I think he will be. He will definitely be involved, and
he's
in
been
Champions
phenomenal.
League nights as well. I think you will see a lot of him this year.
Elliot Anderson's been outstanding in pre-season, but
yeah,
like I said, the greatest compliment I'd give Alex Murphy is in the friendly that he played against Fiorentina. I think it was a back line of Target, Botman, Trippier, and Alex Murphy. You could not tell that Alex Murphy was a youngster.
Yeah,
he looked as if he slotted in there, and I was like, it's the biggest compliment that I thought that he was at a level of the rest of the first team defense, and it was just like, you know what, yeah. Dan Ashworth knows what he's doing, and look, I tell you what, if we can unearth these players that Brighton do, and we can flog them on for 110 million.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it's going to work, isn't it? So that's what they want to do. I think Dan Ashworth said they don't want to be buying players for 100 million. We want to be selling players for 100 million.
Yeah, we want to be creating 100 million pound players, and that's it. That's what we should be doing here. If we can turn. Let's say even Livermore, if we turn him into a 100 million pound player, great. Flog him, bring someone else in for 30 a year, we're making a 60 million profit.
Yeah.
Tonali could turn into a 150 million pound player. We've then made nearly 100. So these are things I wouldn't want to get rid of them. Yeah, if they're
no, of course not. No,
but it's the options there now. You look at Brighton, and because I'm looking at them now, and I'm going, actually, do you know what? They've got 100 odd million to play with now.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're quite smart with some of their signings too. Yeah. It's great that, and I also love the fact that it's now been called the top 7. If we know it's now, a lot of the media keep on saying, the top 7, the top 7.
Oh, do they? I've not noticed that myself.
It's not the top 6 anymore. It's the top 7. I don't know. See, if we're going off the game at the weekend, Chelsea. To be honest, Chelsea actually looked a better side than Liverpool.
Yeah. But they were at home, so.
Yeah, but they're also a new team, and they are going to get better. So I still think Chelsea will probably still come good. I think people are expecting a lot from Liverpool, and I don't think it's going to work out well for without Jurgen.
Yeah, without him,
Jurgen's flop.
Something happened. What do you mean without him? He's not going, is he?
I don't think he'll last the season.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't think he'll last the season.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I know he's getting, he's blowing his fuse every 5 minutes, but he did. Wow. I mean, I've not really thought about it. So,
well, wasn't it in a press conference where he says, if you want to bring something up that I said 6 years ago?
Well, that is true. I mean, no. I mean, that's.
I mean, but you did see it, so yeah.
Yeah, and I know he's saying about Eddie Howe, and Jason.
Eddie Howe knows exactly what he's saying and when he's saying it. That's the thing. He's media savvy with those sort of things. Yeah. Do you know about Livermore? Oh, I haven't got a clue, even though he sat in the director's box.
Yeah. I mean, what Klopp said about, about Eddie
and what was it?
And Jason,
Fabian
he's like,
Schär.
That's you. Yeah. That's directed at you, Jurgen. It's because of what you did when you did your hamstring. It's nothing to do with what Eddie does.
He might have said it as a joke, but it's still, he wanted to get Newcastle in there.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm still going, look, regardless of whether or not it's a joke, he didn't have to say it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I never thought that he wouldn't be there. Wow, I've got that image in my head now of him going and then them poaching Eddie.
And they're not going to poach Eddie, but there's just something in me where I just think it's coming to like inevitable end. Should we just say?
Yeah, I think. But actually, now people did say that last year, the 7-year itch, because he'd everywhere he'd been. He was at Dortmund 7 years, wasn't he? And maybe it will. I mean, I think I said on air before. I think he has changed. He used to be such a genial sort of guy, and I think it has got to him.
He's now bitter.
So he is very, very bitter, isn't he? So, which is a shame, because my mum used to call him the Smiley German, and I just called him the Snidey German when she sees him, because it's a shame as well, because I thought he's a really, really good coach. So
yeah, whereas Pep seems to have gone the other way, and he's now actually probably quite a nice and complimentary sort of like coaching lesson. So I have time for him on that one.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, as we're talking about this, we're talking about pundits. There's a lot of pundits that wrote Newcastle off. whether or not it'd be on Talk Sport or Sky Sports. I think Paul Mercer was probably one of them. Do you think we've silenced quite a few of them at the weekend?
No, because they just went, oh, Villa had a bad day. It's only one game, and all the tropes and cliches that they trot out. If we get to Christmas and we're in the top 6 and still doing quite well in the Champions League, they'll change the tune then. That's what they'll do.
Oh.
Sorry,
I just had to laugh at this. David Ornstein, Romeo Lavia has chosen to join Chelsea from Southampton. Liverpool were pushing, but are aware of the decision. Oh, they've lost 2 players to Chelsea in the match.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's made me day.
Chelsea must be offering an absolute fortune, wages-wise. I mean, I know where I'd rather go, but that's my own feeling. So, but yeah.
But you look at that and you're going, well, would I rather go with Grumpy Klopp or Poch?
I think Klopp's a better manager, isn't he? I mean, he's done it. Poch hasn't really won anything yet.
Maybe he was. Now, I think it was even Jamie Carragher who said yesterday, I think it was on like the YouTube clips that they do when they do like the podcast after the game. And he said, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm worried about Liverpool's next away game, which is at St James's Park. Because he says, if Newcastle play like they did against Villa, I can't see Liverpool coming away with anything.
Yeah, but he's Jamie Carragher. I wouldn't believe him if he told me today was Monday. So no one listens to him, do they? I mean, he changes his tune to fit the weather, doesn't he? Really.
I still think if we can come out with these 3 games with a minimum of 4 points, I think that's a good result. Yeah. If we come out with 6, buzzing. If we come out with 7, ecstatic. If we come out with 9, I'm doing cartwheels. I
mean, even after that, we've still got after that. We've got Brighton away, and then we have the little break, and then we've got Brentford. I mean, they're no pushovers as they showed yesterday.
But it's like more. It's then like Burnley's and Sheffield United. Those sort of teams. Which they're not going to be pushovers, but it's not your Man Cities and your Liverpools and that.
The real tough games. So and we owe them after last year, Liverpool, don't we? So.
Oh yeah. This time, Nick Pope, don't handle outside the box.
But apparently, it's all right if you're Martinez. That's fine. You can do that. So
Martinez didn't
just push him a little bit. Don't rugby tackle him. Just push him a little bit. So
exactly. But it's one of those things. Yeah, we'll just go and celebrate. I know Amanda, Medad, and Jim are all there. Yeah, because I think they did an interview with Sky before the match.
Yeah.
Which was nice to see. I remember the last interview that David Craig did with the Newcastle loan.
I know. Why was he there? He suddenly appeared from out of nowhere again. So
because they got rid of Shrewsbury.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I thought he was down south, wasn't he, Dave Craig? So where was Keith?
Keith was in the stands, but Keith isn't like the reporter. David Craig's like the touchline reporter.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously Patrick Davison will have been on the touchline for the Chelsea game.
Yeah.
That was the big header one. Yeah. So that's where they'll have sent him. Like for Newcastle Liverpool, I expect he'll probably have Patrick Davison up there because that's the 4:30 Sunday game.
Yeah.
So we'll have like probably the top. Yeah. Carragher will probably be there commentating.
Yeah.
And
Spitty.
On that, I will say, loving Peter Drury as the commentator, so much better than Martin Tyler.
All right, I haven't watched it back since I got home, so but I will do so. But I'll take your word for that. So
it just is. We all know he does. But yeah, but to be honest, anyone could have beaten Martin Tyler. And he was just like, and it's a goal.
Yeah, especially if it was Newcastle.
Exactly, but
there they go. The Geordies getting all conspiratorial again. Listen to them. Oh, everybody hates us. Yeah, we know everybody hates us. They're going to hate us even more this season.
But yeah, no. Like I said, for just getting onto that, I was probably shocked at the 5-1, and obviously the people around were going, "Did anyone expect that?"
Yeah.
would have took a draw at the beginning of the game. 2 like even at 3-1, you're going, yeah, this is probably a decent. At 5-1, you're going, this is just beyond wildest dreams of what you would have expected to start the season with. And I said, that's playing any pushovers,
Yeah, I mean, we made them look like they were pushovers, but we've probably done them a massive favour. So, but by the time I got to the pub and Emery was on, he looked shell shocked.
Yeah,
similar as that, he really did look a bit like.
But then again, the people going, oh, well, it changed when Tyrone Mings went off.
Well, it did, don't get me wrong.
But they brought on Pau Torres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's not as if they were bringing on Kieran Clark. They were bringing on an international level defender as well. Yeah, so.
I mean, for just going back to us, I mean, there was one bit where Callum Wilson, he went to have a go and he slipped on the floor as he kicked the ball. And I said, 2 years ago, that would have been our entire game and that would have been it. And now look at us. Yeah. Look where we are. Look where we are right now. That would have been our one chance, and look at us now. Well, I should say 3 years ago under Bruce. And now look at us. Just drink it all in. It's just everything, like I said, start to finish, the whole day was great. So, happy days.
And like I said, the atmosphere, it was, to be honest, I think the Gallagher was probably bouncing towards the end.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Like there was
times everywhere was.
And it was like, well, I'm just like, I can't wait for bring on the 2 weeks. I want to get back there for Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll bring on the bring on City as well. Let's have it.
Bring on the 31st of August.
What's happening on the 31st of August? Oh, Champions League draw, of course. Oh wow, that's when it'd be real. Seeing the little badges in the club shop is one thing, but actually being in that draw, that's when it will go.
That's the funny thing. Duncan went and got it. He went back, I think, on the Sunday to get the badges on. He said, "Oh, there's a 2-hour wait." He went, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Just give us the stuff, and I'll iron it on when I get."
Yeah. There was a massive, brilliant scene in the shop as well, and
I went ridiculous. I'm like, why can't you just put the badges on?
Some of them do have one. I went to buy a third kit on Saturday, and some of them did have it on.
Oh, the blue one.
On the blue one, on the third kit.
Yeah, that looks even better.
Unfortunately, unless you were very small, they didn't have any in, so I didn't get one. So, and I thought this is, and then as you said, the queue for personalising your shirt was down right across the top floor from one end to the other.
To the club to see whether or not, do you know the shirt that was in the middle of the pitch? Just see whether or not that's going spare, because it's probably the okay size.
Oh, don't do yourself like that.
But no, honestly, I will. Going back, just having a quick look on the kits, I think they've smashed it out of the park with all 3 kits.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the green one, but my son got it because he loves green stuff, so he bought that straight off.
I love it. I actually love that more so than the white one last season. I wasn't that keen on the white one.
Yeah,
but the green one I just think looks nice. It looks fairly classy as well. It's not like gorish and like the home kit. Love.
Oh yeah,
because the logo doesn't stand out.
Yeah,
it's like black and white. And then the third kit.
Yeah.
I was just like, I even like and it's what the grey, like the charcoal, I call it, the t-shirt.
Yeah. I was going to buy one of those. It's a bit too shiny for me. It looked a bit too shiny. I thought it was going to be more sort of like. I've
seen the club staff walking past with it, and I was like, that even looks even better in person.
Yeah.
And like Castor, well done. You've hit it out the park with.
Yeah, they have
the majority of this stuff. The only thing you haven't hit it out the park with is some quality, but not as many. As many this year I haven't heard of. But I think it's the stock aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I went and I was like disappointed. So, but I thought I'd just order one online.
Maybe it's like what Apple do. Maybe they're trying to hold stock back and just try and like show false demand.
Yeah, I mean the demand is there. I mean, listen to us going on about shirts. I mean, just brilliant. I mean, they have knocked it out of the park. I think
the
all
deal that was done with Castor means we get a larger percentage of the shirt sales.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
as someone said, could be a reason why Castore may focus on other brands like Wolves or whatever, where they may get a larger percentage. But if that's the case, that's fair, because if you're going to make more money as a company by doing that, then obviously you're going to prioritize where your revenue stream is going to be. But yeah, it's still decent. It's still nice, and that's it. Yeah, the other thing which I also think they've improved is the sound system.
I don't know. It didn't sound too. It was very hard to hear, but then again, I am going slowly deaf. So
get yourself in the Gallagher, because it was.
Was it proper loud then?
Yeah, it was proper loud. Yeah, I was like, Rob, can you just turn it down a notch? Just a smidge.
Oh, maybe it'd all gone to that side then, because I was. I mean, they've got to start doing what they've been doing in the Women's World Cup, by the way, where the ref says it's just nice to know what's going on, or how they've got to that decision.
But yeah, no, fine. Well, if the ref had come on and says decision is no penalty in that, we would have went, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he got that anyway, so.
Exactly. But no, I've actually enjoyed watching the Women's World Cup with that on there, going after, what is it? After on-field review, the decision is penalty number.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
The number 10 fouled, and I'm going, yeah, this is good, because actually the number 10 fouled such and such and that, and you're going, it's a little something. It'd be better if we could hear the communications with the audio. I'd love to see that during on Match of the Day.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear a reasoning behind why they didn't think Martinez was a red. Yeah. That would cut things out, and you could go.
It's a FIFA thing, isn't it? That apparently they don't want it. I mean, I think the Premier League would want that, because they want it to be more like American sport anyway. So more behind the scenes stuff, and more all our coverage when we were in America was all very much that's what they want. They want to be interviewing the managers as they walk off. They want to be. That's what they. I'm sure the Premier League would want that to happen, because it makes it more interesting.
To be fair, I don't think they got too much wrong. Obviously, they spent the time, they got it right, and they got because the longest one was the Isak second goal.
Yes,
it was taking a while, but I understand the reason behind that now. They were checking three things, but if we knew that would. Yeah,
exactly.
Just the Wilson one was, it was a check, but it was over quite quickly, and the ref was right there. But then again, we've got to celebrate twice, so technically.
Well, that's true.
I mean, it was 7-1 off the celebrations. If you
mentioning the women, we were watching the women's one in Shearer's. They've got to do something about the signal in there. There was no signal at all. Just sat in the bar, watching it, and people back and forth, and I just couldn't get hold of anybody who wasn't there. It was just impossible to sort of have a dialogue. They've got to do something about that. It's really bad. I mean, it was really bad.
I think it's probably something that they will look at, but I think there's other things they've tried to look at and see what they need to focus on. Before.
It's just a little thing. It's just while we were watching the women, because obviously as soon as I walked away from the ground, everything was pinging up, and I was like, oh. So we were all like, "Oh, now we've got a signal." So, that was it.
That was like that, because I don't think I got a signal in the ground as soon as I got out the ground. Towards the middle, I was like 53 notifications.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the thing is, what I mean, it's just if you're trying to meet somebody in there, you forget it, because we couldn't even get a phone signal. So it really was bad. They just need to look at that. I mean, we live in that age now where we all rely on our phones, so I think they need. But that is my only quibble about the entire day. The ticketing was fine for me. I know lots of people have had lots of problems. I got straight in, so I made sure I was there in plenty of time. But I know the people did.
But the majority of people were going, "Oh, I got there at 5, and we didn't."
The
reason the club said get there early, and we'll even give you 50% off your drinks to come early and that. And they didn't. So I'm like, right, if you're leaving at 5 o'clock when the club said come early, it's your.
But I did walk. I walked through to go to the Leeds then. I walked past obviously the East Stand, and there was a lot of people queuing then, and that was about 4:20, so a good hour before kickoff. So I know there was problems. So, but
we learned from that. That I think that's a big issue in terms of from the club's aspect of it. They might not have had that issue against the they probably couldn't test it fully in the Salah Cup, because people were coming at different times, because obviously you could have come 4-3 games.
That's right.
Where I think they probably should have done it is done a trial run with if they'd done one friendly game and made it like cheap tickets to try to get as many people in, would have been a greater like run out on it. But all in all, I think it worked seamlessly. And
well, mine did, like I said. So I was, but I know people haven't been. So
and the great thing is, I don't have to remember. Yeah, like, oh, have I got my season ticket? It's like, as long as I've got my phone, it's fine.
Ticket money passport, and all that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it was So I was, it was seamless for me. So so good for that. But obviously, I know the people had a lot of problems getting in. And the trains didn't help neither, because the guy next to me, he just made it in time because the trains and the ticketing. So yeah. So, but apart from that, brilliant, perfect day.
Exactly. And let's end this on a nice clip of a celebration.
I'm glad Isaac can move better than him. Bloody hell, man.
Max will probably be wanting to call me all the names under the sun, but that's what happens when you don't appear on these things. There, you don't get the decision.
Yeah, you don't get the editorial, Max. I'm sorry, mate. He's going to be bouncing when he comes over next time if Isaac's playing like that. I mean, quite rightly as well.
I've just been told there's someone who's watched that clip and they've got a reaction to it.
Oh, bless.
But no, but we'll leave it there. We'll probably do a match review on Friday. So we'll be back for that. Yeah, we'll be previewing the top of the table against Man City. I'm just going to keep on saying it as much as I can.
I know what
until probably 10 o'clock on Saturday. But
yeah, what a time to be in Newcastle Sport. It's fantastic. And the Amazon documentary as well. I got that to look forward to the day before. So
yeah, I watched that and I was just like, yeah, that's got me right up for the game now.
Yeah, a brilliant timing. They must have thought about that, because I think everyone who watched it thought,
of course,
I just want it to start now. Come on, I want it to start now. You know,
like, how many people were watching it at midnight when it dropped?
Yeah. It wasn't brilliant, but I mean, those things aren't. I mean, I've got my own opinion of that, but it certainly got me going, which is all it was designed for, really.
And it's great, like, to see. Like I said, that summit in Alnwick Castle, they kept that very, very hush hush, because I didn't even. No one knew about that. Yeah, they managed to even sneak Yassir in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice little insight. I think these things are very staged, so but that's just my opinion. But
I loved Amanda's phone call. Was it? Yeah, we spoke to the Excellency, and he's not. He won't budge. He won't go above this. The 40 million plus 5 million. Yeah, it was like. Yeah, you know what you're doing. Yeah, they know what they're doing in that, and it was.
Yeah.
It's
great.
I mean, we've now got but we've got competent people in charge of the football club now. And it's like,
the bit with Amanda and Merad when she's talking to someone from Everton on the phone, and he's like, "Have you got this?" And she's like, "Yes, I've got this." Just that little moment of like a marriage, where like the husband says, "You all right? You can do this, can you?" "Yes, I can. Leave me alone." Almost, she was like, just that little moment.
No, she knows what she's doing. But what was lovely is when Anthony Gordon signed and he's on the phone to them, because they must have been out, probably still in.
They must have been Riyadh, I'd take it.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, we're so glad. I know, you were top talker for Eddie and Dan, and that we're so pleased that you joined. Yeah, we're just so sorry that we're going to be there." And it's like, that's lovely. It's like that. Yeah, he probably didn't get that. He wouldn't have got Bill Kenwright calling them up, going,
Yeah.
You'd have got a text. Have you packed your cases? Right.
Yeah. And it'd be nice. I think this week's going to be the final, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing us all in the Trafalgar Square, that'd be nice to relive that moment. So
even
lovely to relive all those nice moments for a great season.
Look, I know we're lost, but again, we'd do it all again.
In a heartbeat, yeah.
Maybe choose it a little bit lower down, but other than that,
yeah. Just get a seat would be nice. Just to win there would be nice. Bloody Wembley should have knocked it down when they had the chance.
It's done. It's going well, and obviously bring on City. So we'll say thank you for watching. Enjoy your Monday evening. Let's hope Man U don't beat Wolves by more than 5-1.
Yeah, we'll all text each other later saying, still top of the league, still top of the league.
So we'll say thank you, and we'll see you on Friday. So good night.